Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Tom Fujitani Field, the home of the Wilton High School Warriors. At this time, we would like to extend a warm welcome to the players, coaches, and fans representing the Darien High School Blue Wave. As a reminder, please keep the following FCS Code of Conduct guidelines in mind during tonight's game. Cheer for your team, not against the opponent. The use of foul or abusive language is unacceptable and will not be tolerated. The officials will call the game fairly. Please show them your respect. And now let's enjoy another great evening of Fairfield County High School football. At this time, we want to welcome the Darien High School Blue Wave to Fujitani Field. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand and direct your attention to midfield. And let's greet the 2018 Wilton High School Warriors. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please remain standing and direct your attention to the field as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Wilton High School Band. return. Wilton will receive and defend the right goal.
Live from Fujitani Field on the campus of Wilton High School, it's varsity football on the DAF Media Network tonight under the lights in Wilton. It's the Wilton Warriors against the undefeated Darien Blue Wave. Hi everybody, so glad you could be with us on this DAF Media broadcast of varsity football. I am Damian Andrew and I will be joined tonight by Jim Coley and Bill Ronk. So happy you could be with us. The DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Darien comes into this game undefeated. The Wilton Warriors 4-3. And we are just about ready for kickoff here. Darien won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, and well, we're ready to go here, Jim Coley, and hopefully the weather cooperates. Rain in the forecast, but it has been beautiful this afternoon as we were getting things set up here in this great press box here. Happy to have Bill with us, and we'll see what happens here. But the Warriors, Dean Donato back to receive for Wilton, and here we go. Riley Bingaman fields it and takes it to about the 25-yard line. So the Wilton offense comes out onto the field. And Bill Ronk, you know this team well. You live here in Wilton, coach youth football. What can we expect tonight from the Warriors on offense?
Well, they've been mixing it up quite a bit more than they have in years past. They've been throwing the ball a little bit more, so I think you're going to see a balanced offense.
Wilton is coached by first-year head coach E.J. D'Annunzio. And here we go. First down for the Warriors at their own 25. The pitch and going nowhere as it was Donato. And in on the tackle, Sam Wilson for Darien. So a loss on the play, Jim, as the Darien defense steps up on first down.
Yeah, we're going to see, looks like a very traditional variation on the double wing spread. That was a rocket toss right, and Darien defense was ready for that.
Second down, and the quarterback calls his own number. That's James O'Brien, the Wilton quarterback. No,
that's going to be Kyle Phillips.
Kyle Phillips getting the start at quarterback.
He's going to carry the ball most of the time on running plays from the quarterback position.
And James O'Brien back into the game. Now he'll operate out of the gun. 3rd and 8 here for the Wilton Warriors. Here's O'Brien looking near side of the field, and that ball is caught, and a great catch by Dean Donato, number 22. Wow, was able to keep the foot inbounds, made a heck of a catch on the near sideline. So it's a first down for the Wilton Warriors.
That ball was perfectly thrown, but the defense was there, but better play on the receiver's part. Damian, that's that same play we saw for a big keeper in the first series of downs, that quarterback keeper, where they try to influence with the rocket motion, trying to get Connor Fay, I suspect, out of that center of that field, leading the all tacklers on Darien defense this year, and the captain, 3rd-year starter for Darien.
Connor Fay, obviously a big part of this Blue Wave defense. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for Wilton. O'Brien going to keep it himself, and he gets to about the 45-yard line.
That wasn't a design play. You saw him turn in the wrong direction.
Yep.
Between himself and the fullback, there was a little miscommunication which way they were going with that. Lucky to get some positive yardage out of that on a busted play.
Broken play there, and O'Brien, as you said, Jim, was able to pick up a few there. It'll be 3rd and 3 for Wilton as they look to sustain this drive and keep it alive. Damian Andrew, Bill Ronk, Jim Coley joining you. Thanks for joining us. They give it to the big fella, and Tyler Previtt on the carry.
He's going to be short.
He's going to be short of the first down.
Interesting call for Wilton here. You got a 4-3 record. You know the weather's going to probably turn against you in the second half. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Looks like they're going.
I like the call.
So Coach E.J. D'Annunzio, big play call here. First offensive possession of the game, 4th and 1, and they are going to go for it. Ball is spotted on the 47-yard line. Big play here for the Warriors, and we've got movement and flag down.
I think that's going to be offsides on Darien.
Nope, they're going to call it on Wilton.
And it's going to be offsides on the Warriors.
Yeah, you got a punt.
That will back them up, and this makes the decision for Coach D'Annunzio a little bit easier now as they'll punt this away. The punting team comes onto the field.
Yeah, I think they were trying to draw them off, and they got themselves offsides.
John Duraco, the punter for Wilton. He gets this one away, nearly blocked, and it takes a bounce at about the 42-yard line. It's down at about the 44. Darien, as the Blue Wave offense now comes out onto the field. Cooper Hancock, the starting quarterback.
And who else did we see almost blocking the punt back there? Our friend Connor Fay.
Connor Fay will be all over the field. We will hear his name called throughout this game. Big part of this Darien team, one of the 4 captains. Bill Ronk actually graduated from Darien.
Class of 1984.
Class of 1984, played some football for the Blue Wave. Now he lives in Wilton. Has coached a lot of youth football here in the area. Hancock on the run, and that pass is complete, and a big play here for the Blue Wave as Peter Bradel, the senior receiver, takes it all the way as we take another look at this to the 30-yard line.
Great protection back there. He had plenty of time to find a secondary receiver.
And we're going to see a lot of talented receivers here tonight, Damian. We got 4 really good wideouts. Peter's leading the team in 15.5 yards at average catch and run.
Peter Bradel has had a big season, especially the last few weeks for the Blue Wave. They give it to Andrew Lucas, and he is brought down inside the 20-yard line. So the Blue Wave in the red zone on their first offensive possession of the game. Lucas, the big senior running back. Here's Hancock out of the gun, trip receivers to the left. 1st and 10, Darien, and he picks up maybe 2 on the play.
That looks like a little miscommunication there.
Yep.
Busted play this time, Darien's offense.
One thing that makes it difficult for defense to prepare with Darien, obviously a great wide receivers, good running, but they're very well balanced. 55% of the time they're passing, 45% of the time they're running. Very hard to defend against that.
Take a look at Cooper Hancock right there, the senior quarterback, his first year starting. And he is nearly brought down at the 20. Gained some positive yards, but not yet, not much. That'll bring up 3rd down for Darien. 3rd and about 8. We're under 6 minutes left in the opening quarter. You're watching Varsity Football live on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Damian Andrew, Bill Ronk, Jim Coley joining you. Here's Hancock. Rolls to his right, throws over the middle, passes complete after it was deflected. Somebody got their hand on that. And the reception, Tyler Herget with the catch. And that is a first down for Darien. This is a Wilton team coming off a shutout loss to Stamford. Darien coming off a big win over Trumbull last week. And here is Lucas. Nope, that's Kirby. Kirby brings it down to the 1 yard line. So Will Kirby.
Do have to jump in here quickly. Wilton had a shutout win last week.
Shutout win against Stanford.
Right,
sorry.
thank you very much.
Sorry, 27-0.
And Will did a nice job there. He was almost stopped behind the line of scrimmage and did a little duck and roll and got through there.
And that is a Darien touchdown.
That looked like a play right out of the Wilton playbook. It looked like a double wing jet left.
And that is Kirby with the touchdown. Nice work by our DAF Media production crew bringing you that one. Aiden Maniscalco on our ISO camera. George Holt on camera 1. Our director is Ted Brennan, and our instant replay operator is James Leone. Here's Kirby attempting the point after. It is up, and it is good. And with 4:40 remaining in the first quarter, Darien leads 7-0. We'll be right back with more live football here on the DAF Media Network. We are back here on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, Bill Ronk, and Jim Coley. 7-0 Darien. They score on their first drive of the game. Andrew Donovan will kick off for the Blue Wave. And that'll be a touchback as it goes out of the end zone. So the Wilton Warriors offense back out on the field, and Bill had a decent drive first time around. Let's see if they can get something going here against a very good Blue Wave defense.
I think the key for Wilton here is they can't fall behind. They know what an explosive team Darien is, and they have to try to manage this game and keep it close.
We are at Casa Grande Field here on the campus of Wilton High School. Just an absolutely great venue. O'Brien, hands off. And that was Kyle Phillips on the carry. Doesn't get much.
This is a tough defense to run against. Obviously, Wilton's coming out and trying to establish a run early in the game to set up the pass.
So it's 2nd and 5 here for Wilton. Wilton in the navy blue unis, moving from left to right on your screen. Darien in the white jerseys with the blue pants. And another carry here for Wilton across the 30. And that was Phillips again. Kyle Phillips, the senior.
They have Kyle playing several different positions on offense now. He'll step in at quarterback, primarily as a runner at quarterback. He'll also jump in at fullback. is also wearing number 2 today. He's typically number 10, and he's wearing that as a shout out to his brother,
His
Drew,
brother, yeah.
who broke his collarbone, is out for the season. So
And we're going to have movement by Darien. Offsides, blue wave.
Nothing makes a defensive coordinator more mad than that. It's particularly when you're right over the center and you're the one that moves.
watch the ball.
We teach it.
Penalties and turnovers. And they keep it on the ground again. Out past the 50 across midfield is the big fella, Tyler Previtt, as we take another look at this. Sheds a tackler, sheds 2 tacklers, gets outside, and is finally knocked out of bounds. But what a run by the big fella, Previtt.
Well, Tyler Previtt is not your typical fullback, because once he gets in the open field, he's actually very agile. He can move pretty well.
So Darien will take a timeout. They want to talk things over on defense here. We will take a quick timeout. We will be right back as we take a look at defensive coordinator Mike Forget. Big fella. Had a chance to talk to him before the game. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. 7-0 Darien. 3:06 remaining in the first quarter. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Fujitani Field. Here's Previtt again up the middle.
Oh.
No, it's a little trickery by Wilton. Phillips gets outside across the 30, across the 25, so a big play for the first down. We've got a flag on the play. But what a run by Phillips. Great fake up the middle, and he busts outside.
I think they might get a late hit out of bounds.
Definitely. As it will roll up.
That's exactly what it is, as the ball now will be marked inside the 15-yard line at the 13.
Well, this is exactly the kind of drive Wilton needs. They need to eat some clock, grind it out.
So a nice drive here for Wilton, their second offensive possession of the game. Under 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter, 7-0 Darien. O'Brien it's Phillips under center, and he gives it to the big fella Previtt, who is wouldn't go down, wrapped up by about 3 Darien defenders. I want to apologize before we went to that quick break. Bill reminded me, I said Casa Grande Field. We were at Casa Grande Field last night on the campus of Brian McMahon High School for the FCAC Field Hockey Championship, Darien Staples. We are here at Fujitani Field. And Bill, this is a venue covering sports in this area for the last 12 years. This is a venue that I've always loved. It's a great facility. You can see it from the highway, the Friday night lights, great atmosphere here.
Absolutely.
Phillips, the pitch, and nothing doing there for Wilton as Donato is wrapped up by
Connor Fay.
Connor Fay.
He was in there like untouched, basically. Not fooled on that play. Boy, if they got past Connor Fay, though, they had the lead blocker there, number 44. Could have been a touchdown.
Coach D'Annunzio has some little trickery on a couple of his play calls tonight.
They're trying to mix it up. They're trying to move the ball around, and hopefully they can punch it in. As you mentioned, the field back in 1984 when I played, this was the only field in Fairfield County that had lights.
Yep.
So you'd love to come up here to be able to play under the lights.
Absolutely. We've got another break in the action. Timeout Wilton. We will keep it right here. But yeah, this is one of my favorite venues. It's just absolutely beautiful. Setback into the woods. Great stands and another great atmosphere tonight here. Wilton under the lights, nothing like it. Want to again thank everybody for watching this live stream of varsity football. We've got people from all over, including Oregon. And the DAF Media Network is a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation, Darien Foundation, all student volunteers on our production crew, our director Ted Brennan, our instant replay coordinator James Leone, doing that for the first time, doing a terrific job. Aiden Maniscalco on our ISO camera, and our main camera is George Holt.
So curious of the call here, 3rd and 13. It's been all run on this series, not one pass.
Well, I can tell you, Jimmy O'Brien's in a quarterback, so it's going to be a pass.
So O'Brien under center here. 3 in the backfield. And he does hand off. And he's brought down by
So Charlie Hunter.
Charlie Hunter brings down Donano as we take another look at that. Nice pursuit.
And that's a formation we don't see.
Will Bothwell, excuse me,
Yeah.
Jim. Will Bothwell on the tackle.
And that's a formation we saw in warm-ups we don't see too often in high school anymore, that wishbone.
Yes. And so Wilton is going to attempt a field goal here. It is up and no good.
It may have been partially blocked by number 7, Bruce Ferguson. I couldn't quite tell. Let me see that on the replay.
It looked like it might have, yeah.
Well, even though Wilton didn't come away with some points there, I think the coaching staff and the players have got to be encouraged. They moved the ball pretty consistently against one of the best defenses in the state, and they did it all on the ground, which is the heart of the Darien defense.
They ate some clock, and they at least have them down on their end of the field, so they're going to have to earn this drive. Nope, we dropped it.
That was Peter Jackson on the intended reception. Cooper Hancock at quarterback, senior, first year, did a nice job to elude the defense. Seems like he's getting plenty of time back there to find his receivers, and his receivers are doing a good job to come back to the ball. Got a flag down the backfield of Darien. That's probably going to be a holding call. That's usually the best bet there.
He's already signaled it's going to be a hold.
Okay. Well, that's going to back them up. And Wilton decides and elects to take that penalty, as you think you should. Back him right up in the end zone. We'll repeat the second down. It'll be 2nd and 20.
And I hate to be the bearer of bad news as I jump back on. The rain has started as the umbrellas are coming out.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about it much, Damien, but I was watching that coin toss, and Darien won that. And I was actually thinking that Trifone, he always elects to defer. I was thinking with the weather coming, he might want to take the ball immediately and try to get some points on the board before this weather turns, but he just really is relying on that defense to put a stop, and it did work out for them getting the first 7 points.
That's a great point, though, because scoring early tonight might be important.
Darien deep in their own end. And it's Lucas on the carry, and he gets it to the 20-yard line. He is well short of the first down. And that will do it for the first quarter here. We've got a pretty good one. Darien 7, Wilton nothing. We'll be right back on the DAF Media Network. We are back here on the DAF Media Network. Darien with the football. Here's Cooper Hancock on the run, overthrown, incomplete. The intended receiver was TJ Cornacchia.
And it turns out that that penalty, that holding penalty, was costly for Darien.
So it'll be 4th down, and Darien will punt this away. Back to receive for the Warriors, Riley Bingaman and Dean Donano. And Wilton stands to get pretty decent field position here. And the punt, I think, was partially blocked. It'll roll, and it'll be downed at about the 48-yard line. So Wilton will take over in Darien territory. Pretty good field position, Bill, for the Warriors to operate here on offense.
Yeah, I think you got to be pretty happy if you're Wilton to be able to pin them down, hold them, come back with good field position. Only down 7-0 in the first quarter. You got to try to get some points on this drive, though.
And Darien's fortunate to get that ball off as far as they could. That was definitely blocked, and they got a favorable rollout almost to midfield.
It came out like a perfect spiral.
Jim Coley and I were talking before the game. Trumbull played Darien very tough last week in what was a really entertaining first half. We've got another good one here. Under the lights at Fujitani Field, and we've got a flag, and that will be a false start on Wilton.
You mentioned Trumbull. It would be nice. They were a traditional powerhouse, and it'd be nice to see them bring their program back a little bit and be competitive in the FCAC again.
Well, they've got a terrific coach who's had a lot of success at Staples, and Mars Petrosio. Had a chance to talk to Mars before the game last week. He is thrilled to take over at his alma mater, and he'll get that going as a loss on the play here for Darien. Connor Fay with the penetration.
It's like he's going through the line untouched. And I know that's not the case, but he's so fast. If he's shooting the gap, it's kind of hard to see there on the replay.
I was saying, as a youth coach, I've been coaching against some of these kids for many years, and that name Connor Fay, I've known that name since 3rd grade, and he's been making plays like that for a long time.
No, he's a terrific football player.
And that's Phillips.
Looks like James Morrison on the tackle there.
Phillips takes it to the 48. And it'll be 3rd and 12 here. So a 3rd and long for Wilton.
Well, Bill, are we going to see a pass play here?
I would expect so. I tell you, Wilton's offense, they can't afford those penalties on 1st down, though, because this is kind of a ball control offense, and when they put themselves in a hole like that, it's tough to dig out.
Yeah, you don't want to get yourself in 3rd and long situations, especially against this defense. We've got a timeout, Wilton. They're going to discuss this 3rd and long. Lots to talk about. Got a real treat coming up at the half for all of you watching. The Wilton Marching Band will dip into their halftime presentation. They do a terrific job with the band here at Wilton. Wind starting to whip up a little bit.
Starting to get a little mist, a little wind.
Little wind. The meteorologist getting this one right, although it was supposed to happen a little bit earlier than this, but that's okay. Beautiful night here at Fujitani Field. Damian Andrew, Jim Coley, Bill Runk joining you. Thanks for joining us.
Well, we've got Jim O'Brien back in quarterback here. Pass?
That's what I'm guessing, yes.
Here's O'Brien looking downfield, puts it up near sideline, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Kyle Heisey. He was open, Bill, just over, shot him just a bit.
Yeah, I think you're trying to be careful there. You're trying to put it out in front, so if your guy can't get it, it's not going to get picked off. You want to try to keep your field position advantage right now and see if you can hold them again on defense.
Yeah, it was a classic stop-and-go route, and the defensive back bit on it, and he was wide open.
Got a little more air under that ball.
So Wilton will punt this away. Great punt, fair catch by Tyler Herget at the 19-yard line.
Great hang time.
And that was John Duraco, the junior, with a terrific punt right there. So Darien will take over at their own 19-yard line.
So Wilton's got to continue to try and play field position football here, get a stop, and hopefully get some points on the board.
And a great defensive effort that time.
Drew Hurlin on the tackle.
Yep, Drew Hurlin in on that tackle. We'll hear his name called a number of times tonight. Big part of the Wilton defense. And nothing doing that time for Darien.
And I'm sure Coach Treffone's thinking his defense has been out there quite a bit already for the first part of this game. He probably wants his offense to kind of get a couple first downs, moves the stick, and give his defense a little bit of a blow. Not a good start on this series, though.
Here's Hancock out of the gun. Looking over the middle, pass is complete at the 30-yard line. A nice catch there by Will Rolap. Nice work that time by our Aiden Maniscalco.
And that's Cooper's favorite #1 target. Will does lead the team in receptions. I believe that's number 40 now on the year.
Will Rolap does a lot of damage after the catch. A lot of yak yards. Here's Hancock. And he's looking downfield again, over the middle. And it's intercepted by Riley Bingaman. Off the hands
of Will Rolap.
We're going to take another look. Same play. Will Rolap wide open over the middle. Throw was a little high off his fingertips, and Riley Bingaman was right place, right time.
And that's Cooper's. That's only his 3rd interception of the year, so he doesn't tend to turn the ball over too much. That one maybe as much fault on the receiver as it was on the quarterback. Obviously, we got rain in the area now, and I'm sure the ball's a little slippery.
This is where if Wilton could put some points on the board and slow this game down, if the weather becomes a factor, I think that plays into Wilton's hands.
Well, Bill, they really like that dive play right up the middle with the motion, trying to move the middle linebacker and then come right back at him.
Well, they are dedicating to that tonight. They look like they really want to try to commit to that and run everything off of a strong inside running game. I think they feel if they can establish that, they can open some things up outside.
So it's 2nd and 5 for the Warriors as Wilton tries to get something going here after the interception. And that's Previtt up the middle.
And Darien defense doesn't really have that traditional nose guard in this particular defense. Those plays are very effective. You get an isolation block there from the center.
And you can see the rain now coming down a little bit heavier. The umbrellas are out. Back to live action here as O'Brien enters the huddle.
Long 3rd and 2.
O'Brien just a junior. And here we go, 3rd and 2. O'Brien under center. And he's looking to throw it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wilton. What a catch by Kyle Heisey. Let's take another look at this, Bill Rump. And the Warriors sidelines going nuts.
Well, I tell you, that is a perfectly placed ball. It's good coverage, Safety's there, and he just got it outstretched fingertips. What a catch by Kyle Heisey, too.
He put it where only Kyle Heisey could catch it, and he did for a touchdown. Big play for the Warriors.
And as Bill said, that run game set that play right up.
Max Colburn, the point after is no good.
That could be important.
So the missed PAT, and it's 7-6 Darien, but what a great play. Let's take another look. Nope, we're not going to take another look right now. Great catch by Heisey in the end zone. Well thrown ball by O'Brien.
And here's a little unusual. It's a tie game in the second quarter, something Darien doesn't necessarily see. It'll be interesting to see how they respond here.
Well,
almost tied.
Well, Wilton is, as we take another look at the catch by Heisey. That's the point after attempt.
Looked like he just pulled it left. Well, with the rain coming down like this, that could be an important point tonight.
Chris Tenkin will kick off for the Warriors. And back to receive for Darien. Their running backs, Will Kirby and Andrew Lucas. And Kirby takes it. And that'll come out.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Touchback.
Difference between college and pro and high school. You carry that ball in the end zone, it's an automatic touchback.
Yep, automatic. To great point. Automatic touchback. So Darien will take over here at their own 20-yard line. The interception by Riley Bingaman, and then the touchdown, O'Brien to Heisey. And that's what you want after a turnover, to get some points.
Well, I keep coming back. They need to get points on the board. So that was a huge, huge touchdown for Wilton. Now they got to continue to try to grind it out and hold the explosive Darien offense down.
It looks like we have a penalty. I didn't see a flag. I did see what I thought a beanbag thrown in there.
And it's against Darien. And the ball is spotted.
That's a big one.
At about the 17, 16-yard line.
Some type of spot foul. We didn't see the signal.
Hancock hands it off.
Well, I haven't seen a few of these games. I know how explosive the Darien offense can be, and you can kind of keep them down for a series and a couple of plays, but before you know it, they come right back. So
Hancock looking to throw the football, throws it near side of the field, and it is caught.
It's Peter Brindle again.
By Peter Bradle with the catch. Nice catch sliding as we take a look at the rain again. Nice work by our Aiden Maniscalco on our camera 2. Damian Andrew, Bill Ronk, and Jim Coley joining you. Thanks so much for joining us. Where else would you want to be on a Friday night watching some high school football in the FCAC? Two longtime rivals, Darien and Wilton.
It's a big third down for Darien. They've got to try to complete a series here.
Hancock gets it to Rolap, and he can't hold on to it. Flag on the play.
That was away from the play. Oh, it looks like a legal man downfield. That'll be declined for sure.
So that will bring up
Coach Rob Trefone can't be happy about those 2 last series.
That'll bring up 4th down, and Darien will punt it. Donovan gets off the punt, and it takes a Wilton bounce, and it's down to inside the 35-yard line.
For a net 9 yards.
By John Henry Sloneski. So Wilton in great field position here with 4:27 left in the first half.
Right now, everything is breaking Wilton's way. They're controlling the field position. They're getting stops on defense. It's raining.
Warriors have played very well here against the top team in the conference, or certainly one of the top teams in the conference. Greenwich might have something to say about that. Here's Previtt, and he's wrapped up near the line of scrimmage. Bill Ronk, want to thank you again. I know I did off air, but thank you again for hopping on this live stream. Absolute pleasure having you.
Well, thank you. It's really a great opportunity, having gone to Darien High School and played for Darien, and having that be a big part of my football career, and having coached for so many years in Wilton. It's a great opportunity. I really enjoy it. Thank you.
So here we go. 2nd and 9 for Wilton. And a gain of a couple, Jim Coley. Another good defensive effort by the Blue Wave. That was Phillips on the carry.
Yeah, it was Charlie Hunter that came racing in there.
Charlie Hunter was a little banged up earlier in the season, but he has come on strong here for Darien, has played well on the defensive side of the ball.
Man, I don't think Wilton can play it safe here. I think it's stay aggressive. That seems to be working for them.
So it was just a gain of 1. 3rd and 8 for the Warriors. And here, and a ball is loose on the turf, and it's recovered by Darien at the 50-yard line.
Now that may be what Darien needed. A little wake me up. That was a great play coming off the edge.
Was that Ryan Epley that recovered that? I don't know if we got a replay.
We're going to take another look at the fumble. Sloneski with the initial hit jars the ball loose. So a big play by John Henry Sloneski.
And midway through the second quarter, both teams now with a turnover.
Darien with the ball at their own 49. Here's Hancock over the middle. Pass is incomplete. Great coverage on the play. Intended receiver was Will Rolap. But boy, Riley Bingaman was right there, the senior. Riley Bingaman having himself a first half here for the Wilton Warriors.
Well, he's had quite a week. Last week against Stanford, he had three touchdowns, a couple of catches, returned a punt. So he's picking up where he left off last week.
Wilton with a big 27-0 win over Stanford last week. There's Hancock, throws to the far side of the field, passes complete, first down Darien. The 35-yard line, Will Rolap on the reception.
Boy, that was a big first down for Darien. They really needed to move the chains and capitalize on that opportunity.
Just a really entertaining first half as the time winds down.
And you see how that pass play sets up the run play for Darien. Just really two different offenses here, right? We got Wilton run sets off pass, Darien pass sets up run.
And that was Lucas on the carry for the Blue Wave. Lucas in the backfield. Here's Hancock out of the gun. Moves to his right, throws over the middle. Nearly caught at the 15-yard line, incomplete. Wow, that would have been quite a catch for TJ Kornacki. He went up and nearly hauled that in.
Yeah, two defenders there, high-load him. I'm surprised. He got up. It looked like it was a pretty decent hit. TJ's a tough kid, though.
He sure is. He didn't hesitate going up for that ball.
And he got off the ground. There it is, 3rd and 3, Darien. Lucas, and it's a first down, Blue Wave inside the 20-yard line. So the Darien offense now in the red zone as they try to put points on the board here with 1:33 and counting in the first half. That'll move the chains. A fresh set of downs for Darien.
And if I got it right, Darien still got 2 timeouts left, I think. So plenty of time.
Yeah, I think if you're Wilton right now, you're obviously hoping for a stop or at least hold them to 3 and keep this game manageable.
Let's take another look at that near catch here by Kornacki. He gets up, and great coverage by Wilton.
Dean Donato is the first guy there.
And Bingaman. So here we go, 3rd and 3. I'm sorry, first down. And it's another first down. Gain of about 12 for Lucas.
And Lucas, you can see why he's so successful. He's got that kind of a slash cut run style. Very difficult to bring down. He's got decent speed.
He's a big guy, right? Good size.
Big back.
And they got 12 men on the field.
Lucas,
they didn't call it.
Flag is on the play.
Nope. There we go.
And Darien went to a little bit of a hurry-up offense there. Caught Wilton flat-footed as they're trying to get their defender off the field.
And it worked.
And that'll tack on some more yards here for Darien. Inside the 5 now, ball spotted at the 4. The umbrellas are out here at Fujitani Field.
Interesting, Damon, the wind has completely died down here in the last 5 minutes.
It has. And here we go. First down. Lucas takes it up the middle. And a big push, big surge by that Wilton defensive front. We've got a timeout, Darien.
Darien was fortunate not to turn the ball over there. That was a very, very high snap, but Cooper did a nice job of handling and getting it down.
And as you can see, the rain continues to fall here at Fujitani Field. You know, last week I talked a lot about the great Jerry McDougal. And, of course, Fujitani Field, named after the great Tom Fujitani.
Yeah, Tom Fujitani was coaching here at Wilton when I played. And it was a couple years after, in the later 80s, that they had a couple of runs in the FCIAC and the state championship.
Well, we got 2nd and goal and right on the 2-yard line. And this is the heavy offense, the tight double wing that you see a lot, Wilton deploy a lot of.
Yep. Looks like they're lining up to go big on big and push this one.
Despite the rain, a great crowd here at Fujitani. Kirby, he takes it into the end zone, touchdown Darien. Will Kirby right up the gut, as you said, Bill Ronk. And Darien.
Well, it should be a play both teams are familiar with. They've ran it against each other.
Kirby scores the touchdown, and he will kick the point after. Here's another look. Roll lap in motion. They give it to Kirby, and a big surge up front.
Yeah, that's not about fooling anybody. That's just about being stronger.
And the point after is up and good by Will Kirby, and Darien leads 14-6 with 39.1 seconds remaining in the first half here. Here's another look at that point after. It's true. Well, Bill, thoughts on this first half while we have a moment here?
Well, I think if you're Wilton, you have to be pretty satisfied. The game is still manageable. You've really controlled it in there, half the field, for much of it. At this point, barring some kind of a long return, I think you're going to catch this. You're going to sit on it. You're going to come out at halftime and hope to keep the game close and see what happens in the fourth quarter.
Well, I think you both would agree the highlight of the first half was O'Brien to Heisey, the touchdown pass after the Binghamton interception.
That and the sack and the fumble, which really kind of shifted the momentum and got Darien moving again and back on the scoreboard.
Short kick and fielded it at the 32 by Wilton. I believe that was Kyle Polito, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Yep.
We're not really a fan of that strategy there. And there is still 30-odd seconds left on the clock. I get if you want to skip it and pooch it down the field and try to kill some time off of it, but a high kick like that. And we got the victory formation.
So O'Brien will kneel and Wilton will head into the locker room. Down 14-6 against the #1 ranked team in the state. Entertaining first half as the seconds tick down here. And that will just about do it for the first half. We will take a break. Darien up 14-6 at the half, and we will hear from the Wilton Marching Band right after this.
Direct your attention to midfield as the 2018 Wilton High School Varsity cheerleaders provide the halftime entertainment. Have a nice round of applause for the Wilton High School Varsity cheerleaders.
We are at the half here at Fujitani Field on the campus of Wilton High School. Darien with a 14-6 lead on the Wilton Warriors in what was a entertaining first half. The Blue Wave being put to the test here against Wilton. We thought we were going to have the Wilton marching band for your halftime enjoyment, but I have been told because of the weather, it's coming down pretty good right now, the rain. The marching band will not perform at halftime, so we will take another break, and we will be back with second half action on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
This past year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $420,000 in grants to enhance our community. After years of being the only high school stadium in Fairfield County without lighting, Friday Night Lights came to Darien last fall. The Darien Lights Brigade led the charge, working with neighbors and town officials. The Darien Foundation came in with a grant to meet the crucial funding deadline. Now field hockey, football, soccer, and lacrosse players can play under the stadium lights. A team of high school students offer interactive STEM workshops alive with experiments in robotics, chemistry, and engineering to elementary school kids in Darien. The week-long summer camp and monthly Sunday programs have provided over 1,200 hours of hands-on learning to hundreds of grade school students. Built in 1778, the historic Mather Homestead was a safe house for locals to hide valuables and ammunition from the British Army. Owned by one family for over 2 centuries, the home was gifted to the Mather Foundation last year. Visitors can truly experience 18th century life via the original furnishings, family heirlooms, architectural details, and antique fireplaces. DAF Media puts high school students behind the cameras to live stream youth athletic games and community events. Some 30 student volunteers rotate to produce several live broadcasts each week, overseen by veteran TV anchor Damian Andrew. DAF Media leverages cutting-edge computer and camera technology to offer a fun and collaborative STEM learning experience. Parents and fans can watch games anywhere around the world. Darien is one of only a handful of towns in the United States to have a dedicated Boy Scout campground and cabin. Over 300 boys participate in 2 troops and 4 Cub Scout packs, and that number keeps growing. This June, ground will break on a new cabin and an expansion to the campground property.
Many of the grants we've given out have helped close capital funding gaps at several of our local nonprofit organizations. You can drive all over town and see projects that we've underwritten or supported, from the expansive renovations at the YMCA, to the playground by the Sound and flagpole at Weed Beach, to the new sound system at the Darien Arts Center, and to the special operations vehicle at Darien EMS Post 53. I'm personally grateful to see my own family reap the benefits from the grants endowed by the Darien Foundation.
For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien and offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are at the half here at Fujitani Field. Damian Andrew, Bill Ronk, Jim Coley joining you. Thanks for joining us. It's 14-6 Darien. We are just about ready to start the second half. Darien won the coin toss to start the game, and they deferred to the second half, so they'll get the ball right out of the gate here. And Bill, if you're Wilton head coach E.J. D'Annunzio, you have to be pretty pleased with the way your team played in the first half.
I think you're very pleased. Other than that turnover that led to the score, I think you really played Darien pretty even. And right now, you're in a ball game. You got one half to play, and you're playing the number one team.
Oh, kick bounces at the 30. It's taken by Rolap to the 45. Flag down.
2 flags down.
It might have been offsides on the kickoff.
Maybe. Yep. Did he just signal offsides on Darien also? I don't think that's possible on a kickoff.
Yes, offsides on Wilton.
Oh,
and a face mask on Wilton. And that penalty will be accepted. So this will give Darien good field position to start the second half. Costly Wilton penalty there on the opening kickoff of the second half. Want to give a quick shout out to our DAF media production crew, all student volunteers. They do a terrific job. Our Ted Brennan is our director. Our instant replay coordinator, James Leone. Camera 1, George Holt. Camera 2, Aiden Maniscalco. Here's the handoff to Andrew Lucas. And he rumbles to about the 35-yard line before he is stacked up by about 3 Wilton defenders.
Well, the problem for Wilton here is the margin for error is so small when you're playing a team like Darien. You just can't afford to make any mistakes, give them any breathing room.
Hancock looking over the middle. Pass is incomplete. I believe the intended receiver was Will Rolap, Jim.
Yes, it was. And he had Peter Brindle on a drag left right across the field. There was no defender near him. I don't think that Cooper saw him, and that could have been in sure 6. I'm sure the tape on Monday is going to show that one there.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and about 6 for the Blue Wave. Hancock out of the gun, hands it off to Lucas. Cuts it back up, and he has himself a 1st down as he takes it to about the 26-yard line. So a nice run by the big fella, Andrew Lucas. We're going to take another look at that. Sheds a tackler there. And
that first tackle might have stopped him short of the 1st down, but he broke through that and got it easily.
Kept the legs moving.
That's a big 1st down for Darien right there. If Wilton could have gotten a stop there, that would have been great for them. And here's a little more of the same.
And here's Lucas taking a couple defenders with him inside the red zone to the 15.
And Bill, I'm kind of curious, how many two-way players do we got here on this Wilton team? Is there a possibility we're already starting to see some tired players on the line here?
You might. One of the things that Wilton actually has this year is numbers. They actually have upwards over 90 kids on the roster. They have 26 seniors. So that hasn't been the problem it has in the past, but they do have a good 5 or 6 kids that might be playing both ways at times.
Well, that was always New Canaan's, great strategy, never to have kids playing two-way, and they were deep across the line. And
Hancock into the end zone, incomplete. Sorry, Jim. Continue.
And I can tell you, Trefone about 8 years ago got religion on that himself, and it speaks well for a program for Wilton. If they got enough kids to go two-way, it certainly makes for a much more entertaining game.
numbers is such an important part of the game today. The way the offense is specialized and the defense is specialized, you really do need the numbers.
Third and 1, Darien. It's Kirby, and that's a Blue Wave first down as Darien continues to march towards the end zone on this, their first drive of the second half.
That's the first time we've seen them deploy the split T backfield there. We have not seen that formation tonight.
So Hancock looking to the sideline to get the play. Fresh set of downs for the Blue Wave. Lucas inside the 5.
Love the patience there. Looking, waiting, found the hole, and then went through it. Seeing more and more running backs, pro, college level, even the high school level now, waiting for that to open up.
Great point. Le'Veon Bell, although we haven't seen him this season, that's the guy you're talking about in the NFL when you're talking about patience.
Yes, and hopeful the Jets will get him in the offseason.
Keep wishing, Jim. We've got a timeout here. Wilton will talk things over as Darien is on the move. We will take a quick timeout. We will be back on the DAF Media Network. Darien up 14-6. Social media. We are back here on the DAF Media Network. 2nd and 3, Darien. And here's roll-lap into the end zone. Touchdown, Darien.
And there, that's the first time we've seen that counter direction play.
He cuts it back and stretches. The extra effort got him into the end zone, and that is a touchdown, Blue Wave. So Darien comes away with 6 on their first drive of the second half. And you can't help but think about the penalty on the opening kickoff of the second half. Gave Darien great field position. Penalty against Wilton. The point after is up and good, Will Kirby. And so with 9:01 remaining in the third quarter, 21-6, Darien. As we take a look at Alex Quirk jogging off the field.
I think this is exactly what Wilton was hoping to avoid. Bringing that the first possession in the second half down for a touchdown, stretching out their lead. This is not a team that you want to have to try to come from behind on. And Wilton's offense isn't really built for coming behind and having to score quickly. So they've got their work cut out for them.
And while we have a moment here, I want to give a quick shout out to Matt at the owner of the Wilton Deli, who he's the reason why we're live streaming tonight. Hooked us up with his internet, and we really appreciate it. And so thank you to Matt, the owner of the Wilton Deli. Good food in there, Bill. I don't know if you've ever had a couple of bites, but a great place.
Everyone in Wilton's had a high school special.
And here's Andrew Donovan, the kickoff. And it's fielded at the 15 by Dean Donato. And Donato breaks one across the 40, across the 45, almost takes it out to the 50-yard line. And I believe the kicker, Jim, brought him down.
Perhaps that's
Donovan.
why. Perhaps that's why we saw the pooch kick at the end of the half. Maybe that's what they were trying to avoid. That was a very nice run back.
So after giving up the touchdown, a nice special teams play for Wilton as Donano busts one for about 35 yards. Kickoff return. Here's Wilton. And Phillips keeps it. You don't see this a lot, but you have Phillips and O'Brien who will switch on at the quarterback position, to your point from the first half, Bill.
So Kyle Phillips started out the season as the starting quarterback, suffered somewhat of a shoulder injury, which has limited his throwing, but he's been able to get himself back in the field, and he's an incredible leader, so they want to have him out there.
And he keeps it again, and he keeps those legs moving.
I think that was a busted play again. He's going to be close to the first down.
I'll tell you, one of the neatest things about Kyle Phillips out there is he is a 3-sport captain, and you just don't see too many of those anymore. Captain of basketball and baseball.
Going to take another look at actually the kickoff. That is not the play we wanted. Back to live action. Here's O'Brien, throws near side of the field, pass is complete near the 36-yard line. Kyle Heisey, who had the touchdown catch in the first half. So the Warriors first down.
And here's an interesting formation. We got both quarterbacks in at the same time, it looks like.
Well, they'll play Kyle at the fullback position quite a bit.
O'Brien under center, and he gives it to Phillips. Flag on the play. Takes it across the 35-yard line.
The reason I brought that up, Damian, is we're beginning to see the experimentation definitely at the college level and even at the pro level now, bringing 2 quarterbacks in and really creating a lot of optionality, and I fully expect us to see that more and more in the high school level now too.
Yeah, my point of a few moments ago, you don't see it a lot in the FCAC. But you're right, you see it a lot in the college game.
It's more reminiscent of the old original single wing where you had the 2 backs and you didn't really have a defined quarterback position.
Absolutely.
So that penalty was against Wilton, and it'll be 1st and 15 for the Warriors here. O'Brien out of the shotgun. Near side of the field, and the pass is caught by Heisey. So number 1-5 getting a lot of work tonight for Wilton.
Heisey's a big, tall receiver, and he creates a mismatch on a lot of corners.
Six minutes remaining in the third quarter, 21-6 Darien. They swing it wide to the far side of the field. Not much doing there as O'Brien swings it out to Dean Donano.
Yeah, that slip screen that we see New Canaan perfect so much, and of course the Sun running it now at Greenwich. You'll see Darien occasionally throw that play in the playbook also.
I say it looks like Darien's seen that play a few times before.
Yeah. All the way from 3rd grade football on.
Well, we're approaching the Turkey Bowl rivalry games, which are always fun. It's a southwestern Connecticut, state of Connecticut tradition, really. Here's O'Brien looking downfield, throwing for Heisey, just overthrows him, incomplete. Blake Seller on the coverage, and Bruce Ferguson. Couple of captains in the Darien secondary, Seller and Ferguson. both seniors.
Sure, at this point, Wilton might have had some thoughts of going for it, but still a lot of time left, and you've played your best defense when you've been able to have Darien in their own end of the field.
Duraco gets off a good punt. This is going to take a Wilton bounce, and they will down it inside the 10-yard line. So Darien backed up their own end. I mentioned Bruce Ferguson, Darien's senior captain. How about his grandfather checking out this live stream tonight? Craig Ferguson. How you doing, Mr. Ferguson? So glad you're tuning into this. Your team with a 21-6 lead here, third quarter, under 5 minutes remaining. And Darien will go back to work on offense. Here's Cooper Hancock. They give it to Kirby, and not much doing there. Good job by the Wilton defense. Rain still falling here at Fujitani Field. I want to apologize. I said Casa Grande Field in the first half. That's Brian McMahon's facility. And we were there last night for the FCAC Field Hockey Championship. And we will be back there Monday night for a girls soccer state playoff game. Here is Kirby. Cuts it back, and he's finally brought down the 16-yard line. Seemed like he gained more. It was a long run, but not a lot of yards.
Yeah, well, it was a good cutback. He recognized it was bottled up on the outside, had good vision to bring it back.
He had great vision, saw the middle of the field and saw the cutback lane. This is a huge series here for the Wilton defense. They really have to try to get off of the field and keep the field position advantage.
And it's Lucas this time making moves across the 35. Big pickup, first down, Darien. Andrew Lucas rumbling out on the turf. We're going to take another look at this. Great work by our Aiden Maniscalco on our ISO camera. Breaks a couple of tacklers, takes 3 to bring him down. And Lucas gives Darien another first down.
And you got to give a shout out to Will Keating. You got to love the linemen when they spring their running backs like that. Will, the big senior, nice job there.
Again, want to thank our DAF Media production crew, all student volunteers, and they do a great job. Our director, Ted Brennan, our instant replay coordinator, James Leone. Camera 1, George Holt, he's up on top, braving the elements under a tent. And inside here, our ISO camera is Aiden Maniscalco. Also want to thank Bill Ronk and Jim Coley for volunteering their time tonight to provide some really insightful commentary for you watching this game on the DAF Media Network, which is a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. So it'll be third down here for the Blue Wave. Ball spotted at their own 45-yard line.
And we're seeing a different sort of formation and game plan here in the second half by Darien. We're seeing the deploy to 2 back. And those plays you're seeing where they're crisscrossing, we call them the scissor plays. Again, another play out of the playbook from New Canaan for the years. Seems to have Wilton a little bit confused. They're picking up decent yardage on these double.
Here's Kirby. And Kirby takes it to the 50. That's a first down for Darien. Previtt comes into the game for the Wilton defense.
And I know Rob prides himself on the second half adjustments in the halftime there, and this is clearly something they saw and they discussed at halftime, and they're putting in here for the second half of this game. They're sticking with this 2-back formation.
Flag down on the field.
I think it's really a credit to Coach Chaffone and the program that they can beat you so many different ways, because I know they have an explosive offense and they can score quickly on big plays, but they're also showing you they're not afraid to strap them up and really grind it out and put together a long, sustained ground game.
Here's Hancock. Gives it to Kirby. And Kirby takes it across the 50.
Tyler Previtt had met him, would have held it to a short gain, but he bounced off of that tackle and was able to get another 4 or 5 yards.
And Darien was fortunate. They called a draw play there against a blitz, which is not the ideal package to call against. They got away with it.
Matt Golden, the sophomore, also in there. Couldn't quite make the tackle. Here's Hancock, throws to the far side of the field. Pass is complete across the 40-yard line. Will Kohler, the senior receiver, with the catch.
Yeah, Will did a nice job there. If you, I don't know if we're going to see on the replay, but just sat there, just sat in between the safety and the corner, just sat there and waited for the ball.
And here's the carry across the 35-yard line inside the 30. Kirby again. Kirby getting plenty of work here in the second half for Darien.
Yeah.
And that's the advantage, guys, of having 2 quality running backs in your program. And we're going to take another look at this as he has all kinds of room to run there. Big hole by that Darien offensive line. Here's Kirby again, right up the middle. And it's inside the 25, 20-yard, inside the 20 is Darien trying to wear down this Warriors defense.
And Bill, this must be tough for the defense. So you got 2 different styles of runners here. You got Kirby, a true downhill runner, as you see there straight ahead, and then you got Andrew Lucas, that kind of a slash and burn cut. Must be tough to defend. And when you had them both back there in the backfield.
I can tell you there is nothing more demoralizing than not being able to stop the run when you're on defense. And Darien just seems to be able to run the ball right now at will.
So it's 21-6 Darien, end of the third quarter. We'll be back, take a quick break with more football as the rain continues to fall here at Fujitani Field.
Wow, we're back with the action there. And
that's an interception by Riley Bingaman.
Big play right down there on the 2-yard line, 3-yard line of Darien. That could be a momentum shifter for Wilton.
Well, that's huge. Just when it looked like things were just about over for Wilton, that's a huge turnover.
So a big play for the Warriors. I stepped outside. They dedicated the press box here to Fran Donovan, the longtime voice of
yes.
Wilton Sports, has done a terrific job. He's actually done some DAF media live streams with us and just so knowledgeable of all the student athletes here at Wilton High School, raised his kids here, and just has a really great voice, a booming voice, and you always hear it when you come to Wilton football games, soccer games, what have you. And here's the Warriors. And Darien is signaling that they have it.
Yeah, that looked like a sloppy handoff.
And I think it was Connor Fay in there. We wanted to see who came up with the ball. Can we see it on the replay?
I'm not sure if he ever had it.
I don't think we have that on replay.
Well, that's got to be disappointing for Wilton. Just you got a big stop like that, and then in the first play you turn it right back over.
That would be an understatement, yeah.
So it'll be first and goal here, Darien on the Wilton 2-yard line. Lucas cuts it back up the middle, touchdown Darien. Andrew Lucas, big play.
What we call the buck sweep there. Executed to perfection. Hard to defend that, Bill. So with that buck sweep, what that is, it looks like it's going to go wide, like a jet sweep, and then he turns on a dime and cuts a 90 right through the first hole he sees. And it's kind of an optional where he can do that. Very hard to defend.
Try to get the defense to over pursue and cut it up inside.
Exactly.
So here's Kirby. The point after attempt. It is up and it is good. So it's 11:35 left in the game, 28-6, Darien. As we're going to take another look. No, we're not. This is the point after. We're going to take another look at the touchdown here. Andrew Lucas. Nice cutback by Lucas there. And surges into the end zone.
Well, we got a little pause here checking around the league, Damian. We've got an interesting game at halftime over. We've got St. Joe's 10-7 scoring late in the second quarter to take the slight lead over Staples. And with a game probably has some implications about the States. I mean, Staples really, I think they have 2 losses right now. I can't remember exactly, and I think they cannot afford to lose any more games and try to make it to States.
It's going to be interesting what happens in the state tournament.
And of course, those at Darien, this is the first year that Buchanan now is in the LL, been relegated up.
Yeah, yeah. So that Turkey Bowl game between Darien and New Canaan, a lot at stake there, as there has been the last several seasons.
There's always a lot at stake in that game.
And here's Donano. And he takes it out to about the 11-yard line, 12-yard line, we'll call it.
Well, Bill, here you are. You're down 28-6. You got 11 odd minutes. You abandoned the game plan you came in with and you just start throwing it?
I think you still want to try to move the ball, especially where you are right now on the field. You've got to try to establish a little positive momentum, at least get a couple of first downs, try to open it up. Yeah, you need to move the ball. You need to get some points, but you also you're not looking to turn it over again and make it easy for Darien.
And we got quads right. It's the first time we've seen that formation by Wilton.
We put his knee down.
Yep. Donano, and that'll be marked at about the 4-yard line.
Well, it's one of the things Coach D'Annunzio has not been afraid to air things out and mix things up a little bit more. Not quite as conservative, and see what he has in store now.
And nearly picked off.
And we got the Wilton fans right in front of us calling hold, hold, hold all the way down the field on the 4 vertical routes. It is 3rd down, and you're down on your 5-yard line. I think you better be thinking about creating some room for your punter here. Expect to see a run coming up.
3rd and 17. And Phillips keeps it himself. And that'll give them a little bit of room as the punt unit comes out onto the field.
Yeah.
John Duraco will punt it out of his own end zone.
Yeah, the punter's appreciative of those extra 5 yards there.
Absolutely.
Duraco's gotten off some nice punts.
He's done a fabulous job punting this year.
Some confusion on the Darien side. Didn't have the right personnel in.
And Herget takes it at the 35, across the 30, across the 25, gets outside. Tyler Herget takes it into the end zone. And no, he's going to be marked out of bounds.
About the 3.
At about the 3-yard line, yeah. Good eyes, Bill.
He had a great cut there.
He did.
Yeah.
So the official was right there. And we're going to take another look at this punt return by Tyler Herget. Has room to run outside, and right about here, he steps out. Lucas gets the call, and he finds himself another touchdown. Andrew Lucas has had a big game tonight for Darien. Takes it into the end zone. And the punt return set that up. There's Lucas. We've seen that play before in this game.
It's almost unstoppable.
And Will Kirby.
We haven't stopped it yet.
Will come on to attempt the point after. It's up, and it's no good.
Boy, that's his only second miss this season.
Yeah.
Wow.
He doesn't miss too many PATs. He misses that one. And with 9:44 remaining in the game, it's 34-6 Darien. And we're going to take a look at this PAT.
Looks like it was handled fine. Just pushed it a little right. Weather, of course, could be a little bit of a factor here. I'm sure it's contributing to these turnovers we're seeing.
It's been a steady rain since about midway through the first quarter. The meteorologists got it right. As someone who worked in news for many, many years, we would always have fun with our meteorologists. Andrew Donovan will kick off for the Blue Wave. And he takes it at the 1-yard line. Donano brings it out across the 15. So coming up next for Wilton, they take on the West Hill Vikings next week. And Darien will play Bridgeport Central at home, Stadium Field. That'll be a Saturday afternoon game. And then it's Wilton, Trinity Catholic, the Turkey Bowl game. That's become a rivalry over the last several years. And it'll be Darien, New Canaan on Thanksgiving morning from Boyle Stadium in Stamford.
Fumble.
And there's a fumble. And who's got it? Jackson Peters thinks the Blue Wave have it.
And we just talked about the weather contributing to turnovers.
Yeah, that's not going to make Coach happy.
We mentioned that E.J. D'Annunzio is in his first season as the Warriors head coach, just the 5th Warriors head coach since 1954. You talk about consistency through the years with the program. Coach D'Annunzio replacing Bruce Cunningham, who left last winter.
He just never got it.
And there it is, the ball on the turf. Great work by our Aiden Maniscalco on that one. Our ISO camera.
Yeah, the option offense is you have the potential for turnovers. Some of that you have to think is a little mental too in a game that is slipping away from you, and you have a little lapse in concentration here.
So Darien takes over. They keep it on the ground. They give it to Lucas. Who else? He picks up a couple. And while we have a moment here, again, want to thank our DAF media production crew, our director, Ted Brennan, who's done a terrific job switching cameras and bringing you all the sights and sounds. Our instant replay coordinator, James Leone. Camera 1 upstairs, George Holtz, and camera 2, Aiden Maniscalco. We are in the fourth quarter, under 9 minutes remaining in the game. Darien with a 34-6 lead.
And we got it up.
Not to interrupt you, Jim, but very similar to last week's game against Trumbull. Tale of two halves. Trumbull and Darien very close first half. Same in this game. And then Darien came out to play in the second half.
Well, unfortunately, this is a little bit of a repeat from last year as well.
Yep.
When Wilton played Darien in Darien last year, the first half was actually pretty close.
Yeah,
a couple of Wilton turnovers early, and then Darien ran away with it in the second half.
Jim, I'm sorry I interrupted you. What?
No, it's just reporting in that game. We're watching it on Twitter here, and Staples jumped up to a 17-10 lead, but St. Joe's just came back and scored. We got a 17-17 game late in the third quarter. That'd certainly be an upset if Staples beats St. Joe's.
We want to let everybody know, Jim Coley and I were talking to Bill Ronk about our camera situation tonight. We only have 2 cameras. Want to apologize for that. Usually we have 4 cameras, but our cameras that are remote are like goal line cameras are not great in rain, so couldn't bust them out tonight. So want to apologize for that, but we'll have them back in action. Looking to get them waterproofed as we move forward here with the DAF Media Network. Here's Peter Graham is in the game now. Ball's on the turf. Graham pounces on it, recovers it. Peter Graham, the junior, number 11.
Following the footsteps of his older brother and his dad.
Yeah, Tim Gran plays for the Bryant football team. He won some titles when he was at Darien. Terrific quarterback. And his younger brother, Peter, can really spin it too. And that was a close quarterback competition in preseason between Hancock and Graham, and Hancock wins the starting job. Here's Wilton now. Donano gets outside, down the sideline. He's got room to run, cuts it back, and he's finally brought down by Alex Quirk, among others. Take another look at this Dean Donano run. Wow, number 22 stays in bounds, and he cuts it back. And Quirk eventually gets to him right there. Nice tackle. Sam Wilson also in on the stop.
At this point in a game like this, all you can do is just keep coming back and playing hard each snap.
Phillips takes it across the 30-yard line.
Clock continues to run here with the Wilton Warriors running. And this is the type of game where now you're trying to establish something. You're working on something, Bill, for next week. You know.
Yeah, this is where pride comes in. You know, you've got 5 minutes, and you've got a lot of seniors out there playing. So, although 2 of you juniors just connected on a very nice play there.
That was Kyle Hazy again. We've been calling his number all night, huh? Will be first and goal on the 5.
So a big play there for Wilton as the ball is at the 5-yard line. They give it to Previtt, the big fella. He bulldozes up the middle. Takes it down to about the 2-yard line, grinding out some yards there.
A stop by Connor Fay there. You can see him at the bottom of the pile there.
Darien 7-0, Wilton 4-3. Second and goal. And Phillips
No signal.
near the goal line, no signal.
And the keeper. Looks like it's about a quarter-yard short there, Damian. Bill. Suspect we'll see that same exact play again. Might as well, right? No reason to mess
That's
with
what
that.
I'd run.
Turnovers have been caused by handoffs. Why not just let the quarterback take the keeper in? You saw Darien too. They were really coming up on the center there and trying to close all the A gaps.
So they switched it up. They have Jimmy O'Brien at quarterback, and they put Phillips at fullback.
O'Brien under center. And that's a Wilton touchdown as Donano takes it in. Take another look at this. Just straight ahead. Finds a seam in that Darien defense and is able to punch it in as we take a look at the Darien faithful braving the elements. It's got their ponchos on and the umbrellas out.
The coaching staff will be pleased with the film on Monday there. Kyle Phillips, I don't know if you saw that, Damon, but nice kick-out block right there at the point of attack on the defensive tackle for Darien. Really sprung the running back into the end zone.
You got to love a quarterback that's not afraid to play fullback, right?
The point after is good. It's 36-13 Darien now as we take a look at the Darien faithful. .323 remaining in this one here from Fujitani Field. As we take another look. Nice pan shot here.
Well, that's an important score for Wilton, just to know that they're still they're out there playing to the last whistle. You're playing a quality opponent like Darien. You don't want to be embarrassed. You don't want anybody thinking you gave up. So they should feel good about that one. It's like they're expecting the onside kick.
And that's exactly what we get. It's recovered by Darien at their own 43-yard line.
And just quickly, I think we had the Twitter feed had the score of that Staples St. Joe's game wrong. It's actually Staples 17, St. Joe's 14.
Nice work there by our production crew as we take another look at that onside kick. Again, we are live from Fujitani Field on the Wilton High School campus. Just a gorgeous facility, one of the tops in the state. I want to thank Wilton Athletic Director Chris McDougall for all his assistance in helping us this week. Made a couple of trips to Wilton this week to check out our connectivity. Made a couple of purchases at the Wilton Deli as well. So it's a great place.
Interesting they put Cooper back in here.
Cooper Hancock back in the game for Darien at quarterback. Kirby to his right. 2 receivers split out to the left, 1 to the right. The handoff to Kirby across the 50-yard line before he's brought down. And Luciano on the tackle there for Wilton.
So with all this technology, when do we switch over to the St. Joe's Staples game?
We're not quite there yet.
In the DAF blimp?
Not quite there yet. So they give it to Kirby again as Darien will just keep this on the ground. Damian Andrew alongside Bill Ronk and Jim Coley. Thanks for joining us on this DAF media broadcast of high school varsity football, Darien, Wilton.
I'll tell you what's impressed me about Darien in prior years. They've had some real dynamic players. This just seems to be a really well-balanced team. They have a lot of guys contributing at every play and at every position, and they can hurt you through the air. They can hurt you running the ball. It's an impressive performance.
And they're not as big up front as they have been in recent years, and they've still been able to get the job done.
Yeah, Damian, that was the question mark at the beginning of the season.
Absolutely.
We talked about it. This is not the typical large offensive line that Darien has enjoyed over the last few years.
That's Kirby again on the carry. And we are under a minute to go in this one. 34-13, Darien. I want to once again thank Jim Coley and Bill Ronk for hopping on this live stream and providing some really insightful commentary throughout this game. It's been a real treat. Again, want to thank Wilton High School Athletic Director Chris McDougall and his entire staff for their hospitality tonight here at Fujitani Field. Great facility, great press box. And another shout out to the voice of Wilton High School sports, Fran Donovan, who the public address announcer who does such a great job. They dedicated the press box to him as we take a look at Cooper Hancock walking off the field. That will do it for this one as Darien remains undefeated. Wilton falls to 4-4. The Blue Wave win 34-13, and Bill, really kind of a tale of two halves as we talked a little bit about in the second half. Wilton played very well first half, and then that opening kickoff of the second half, Wilton had the penalty. Darien got great field position, went to work on offense, and a little different story in the second half.
Well, the name of the game playing Darien is you have to keep the game close, you have to keep it manageable. They were able to do that to a certain degree in the first half, but that opening drive in the second half really just kind of set the momentum going Darien's way, and I don't think they look back after that.
Jim Coley, final thoughts.
Well, I was impressed by Wilton, how they came out and played. I mean, they kept it close for a quarter and a half, and then a couple miscues there, and that's what happens in high school football. Game just gets away from you pretty quickly. So good performance. I like the second half adjustments that were put in by the offense, by Darien, and really opened up the running game.
Well, we want to give a shout out to our DAF media production crew, our director Ted Brennan, who did a terrific job this evening. Our instant replay coordinator for the first time was James Leone, and up top, camera 1, George Holt, camera 2, our ISO camera, Aiden Maniscalco, who was just spot on throughout this one. For Jim Coley, Bill Ronk, I am Damian Andrew. Darien wins 34-13. This has been a presentation of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Once again, Darien improves to 8-0. They win 34-13. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.